This is a story of embarrassment. Senior year of high school, just a few weeks before graduation, we are at the senior awards night. It's like the middle of the week, and we're all there. I have 675 people in my graduating class at Penn High School. And so hundreds of people crowded on stage, waiting on their risers. The curtain is down, the family, friends, their parents, their guests, they're all filing into the auditorium, and we are bored and impatient and anxious. And one of my classmates has this brilliant idea. We should do the wave. Oh yeah, this is great. We should do the wave. Let's do the wave. Yes. All right. So everybody, they look to their left, and then they all look to their left, and I look to my left, and oh, I'm the guy on the left. I said, so all right. So if we're gonna do the wave, I'm gonna start the wave. When are we gonna do the wave? As soon as the principal introduces us. All right. Excellent. Great. You see where this is going. Principal walks out. Curtain comes up. Principal says, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome to all of our guests. And ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 19. And I stand up, I throw my arms in the air, I sit back down, and the guy next to me chickens out. He chickens out. They laugh. My classmates laugh. The audience laughs. He chickened out, but they're not laughing at him, they're laughing at me. And I turn beet red. It is a long night, and I have no escape. I am stewing in this, and they're giving all their awards and the scholarships and the prizes and all that stuff, and I'm just thinking about how embarrassed I have to be, how humiliating this is, and I have nowhere to go except wait and let everybody stare at me for being an idiot, and then all of a sudden I hear, Chaz Grundy! And I stand up, everybody's clapping, and I walk up, and I go to shake hands with the principal, and he hands me this piece of paper that says the Kiwanis Club Award. I'm like, awesome! And I go to sit down, and the kid next to me says, so what'd you win? I said, I don't know. I don't know what this is. The next day, I go to school and I ask the teacher, I said, so what did I win? And she says, oh, it's the Kiwanis Club Award. I said, yeah, I got that part of it. What did I win? Like, how much? She says, what do you mean, how much? I said, like scholarship money. How much? She says, oh, there's no money. I was like, so what did I win? She says, oh, next week you get to go to the Kiwanis Club and have breakfast. I said, sounds great. And she says, during class. I said, even better. And she says, and give a speech. I said, what? I'm the only kid that went to the awards night and was awarded homework. I have a week. I write a speech. I'm a graduating senior, so the speech, it is all about the future. Positive outlook. Wide open possibilities and optimism. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. A week goes by really fast, by the way. I go to the speech the next week. I go to the breakfast. We eat this really mediocre powdered eggs breakfast. It's awful. And I sit down, and there are a whole bunch of other principals there and their students, because there are a bunch of other schools present here. And every one of those principals, they get up and they introduce their student. And the student gets up and they give a speech. And every single speech, it's the future. Optimism, wide open possibilities, bright, shiny, everything. And then the next principal gets up and they introduce their student, and the student gets up and it's all possibilities and optimism and wide open future, it's going to be amazing. And I'm thinking, oh my dear God, I'm the last person here, and I don't even get the benefit of having that exact same speech at the beginning. No, I'm the exact same speech as all these other schmucks, and I'm at the very end. This is a disaster. I need to come up with something on the fly. I need to do something quick. I gotta wing it. I gotta improvise. I gotta do something. I want to be memorable. This is gonna be great. But I don't have a lot of time. And just as I'm thinking about this, my mind is racing and everything's going crazy. And then my principal stands up and starts walking to the podium. The principal walks up and he says, I don't really know Chaz very well. And I went, why would you say that? That's the worst introduction you could give. What do you mean you don't know me? I know we got a lot of students. And he says, but I talked to some of his teachers and my blood drains out of my face. This is going to be bad. The principal says, and I understand he does an excellent mime act. And then he sits down and everybody chuckles and laughs at me. And I stand up and I stumble to the podium. I am dazed, I am confused, I am so stunned. I have no idea what to do. And I wanted to come up with a new speech. And now I get to the podium and I realize I left my speech sitting on the table. I don't have a choice. I have to wing it. I have to do something. And I don't know what it is. And my mind won't work, my mouth won't work, and nothing's coming to mind. And just at that very moment, in the back of the room, the mayor of Mishawaka, Indiana, Mr. Bob Buter, shouts, do some mime! What could I do? I wanted to be memorable. And that is how I found myself giving a speech to the gathered political, educational, business, social leaders of the Mishawaka-Sap Bend area entirely in mime. Now, I've thought a lot about if I could go back in time and talk to the younger version of me, what advice I would give to that kid. You know, if I could go back and talk to the 14-year-old version of me going into high school, you know what I'd say to that kid? I'd say, people spend way too much time and energy worrying about what other people are going to think about them. Because the reality is, you're going to screw up, you're going to make an idiot of yourself, and everybody's going to laugh at you. And life is a heck of a lot more fun if you can learn to laugh with them. But always remember, a mime is a terrible thing to waste.